Hi friends, today we are going to see about cashew food processing. In cashew food processing, the raw cashews are mainly used as the raw materials. In cashew processing, we use different types of machines like boiler, cutting machine, hot chamber, metal detector, weighting machine and packing machine. In cashew processing, the first process is the drying. For 2 days, the nuts are exposed to sun till they are dried and the dried nuts are stored in the storeroom. The sunshine drying loss may come to 7 to 8%. This increases the cost of raw cashew nut. The sunlight changes color of the cashew nut and turns to brown. Once the color is changed, it knows that the cashew nuts are dried. This is done to remove the oil content from the cell. Then the dried nuts are filled up in the bag and stored in the storeroom until the next process begins. This may be for 1 day or depending upon the stock available. And the next process, the boiling process. The roasting of the raw cashew nut is done by steaming roasting process. This process carried on for 20 minutes at 90 degrees centigrade. Here, firewood is used for the process of generating steam for roasting the raw cashew nuts. In this process, an estimate 4 cases of 80 kgs each are put into a vessel and steam is being released. For 10 minutes, the steam being which we had released will come out from the door come out the door of the vessel. After 8 to 10 minutes, we should stop the steam and the door must be open. These raw cashew nuts are roasted. After completing this roasting process, then the next process, the cooling process. Once the raw nuts are roasted, they are taken to a separate room and they are being spread on the floor. Here, they are kept for 2 to 3 days so that they are cooled. Once they are cooled, they are transferred to the next process. And the next process, the cutting process. The entire cutting process is handled by women workers. In one in one machine, two women was worked and they can work around 8 to 10 kg cashew nuts per day. These nuts are fed into the hand operated cutting machine to separate kernels from the cell. And the next process is the shelling process. Each cashew cell is split up open and the cashew inside is immediately taken out by hand. Shelling is a technique that can be relatively easily learned. Strength is not required for the breakage of the shell. Correct position of the nut and the ability to hit the nut in the correct position so as to allow its breakage is important. Quality control and inspection are therefore critical in ensuring that the shells produce kernels of the highest quality. During shelling process, the workers use castor oil in order to keep their hands safe. And the next process, the peeling process. So, major portion of the employees are working in this process. Average peeling to an employee is 10 kg per day. Here, the workers remove the husk from the cashew nut with the help of a small knife. Then, these are transferred to a grading section very next day. And the next process, grading. This is the process where the cashew nuts are categorized and they are given different rates. Depending upon the grades, the rates are being settled. And the next is weighting. This is done for the purpose of packing. Here, the nuts are filled in containers, bags, and pouches as per the requirement. Once this is done, the weighted container are passed to the next process and the next process, the packing process. Packing is an important activity as it contains the final product. Packing must be done as such a way that it should convince and attract the customers to buy product. Here, hope you have enjoyed this content. How we